go for it.
Look, everybody. Let's do it. Hello, welcome to our first ever podcast of the Offsiders. This is the Football Prizes team. I think we're all safe to say we're all very, very excited for this.
Absolutely,
mate. There's going to be 4 of us doing this each week. 3 of us have got really, really good football knowledge. I'll let you kind of work out who the one person is.
Sorry.
We're going to be discussing all things football, basically, from Premier League to League 2 to Scotland to the Euros that are coming up as well. We're going to be here hopefully every Tuesday, depending how quick we can edit it all together.
Yeah.
Let's go around and introduce ourselves, shall we?
Start with me. Start with best. I'm Ash. Leeds fan. Quite a neutral when it comes to other clubs. I don't really dislike many teams. I won't tell you who
Liverpool.
they are, just in case
Klopp.
you support. Yeah, some of them are leaving the Premier League this year.
I won't tell you who they are, just in case you support them. Liverpool club.
Ashley's throwing a leaving party for Klopp.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make friends in the first episode.
There's no friends here.
I'll leave it at that. There you go. Yeah, I'm Ash. I support Leeds.
And I hate Liverpool. Hi, I'm Jack. You'll have seen me on the social media already, probably. Again, Leeds fan. There's a lot of Leeds bias here, which is brilliant for us three. Tom over in the corner.
It's the perfect mix of Leeds bias and Shrewsbury Town.
Shrewsbury Town is the roguest team ever. But listen, it's where you're from, Tom, so you've got to respect it, haven't you? Yeah. My football opinions are, I think, are very, very good. I could be proven. Shock. I could be proven very, very wrong. But only time will tell. I'm very excited for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of arguments, a lot of banter, a lot of disagreements, maybe a few agreements along the way as well. But yeah, this is going to be a laugh, so I'm very excited.
Tom.
So, as previously said, Shrewsbury Town fan. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a rough season, haven't we?
Stayed up though.
Yeah, well, we're in League One next season. It looks quite tough, but I mean, we'll get more into that in future, obviously. Similar to Jack, you might have seen me on social media before in the football scene already, but yeah, can't wait to get this podcast going.
Yep, and I'm Bill, and I'm sure if you've watched Football Prizes Draws, you'll have seen me before. So we all work for Football Prizes, which is a competition site all based in football, where you can win tickets to matches, to sign memorabilia and whatnot. We like the sound of our voices so much, we thought let's do a podcast as well.
I think people have asked for this.
People in the office have asked.
No. Me and Bill out.
All 4
Get us out of the office for an hour.
No, I think this has been a subject that it's been spoken about since me and Tom joined in December.
Yes.
To start this, and people have sort of taken to it quite well. I think in our community, we all really wanted to do it because, like you say, we gas so much about football in the office. It just almost made perfect sense to film it because
we have to let you all know as well.
Yeah, we want all you guys to know our footballing opinions because otherwise, what's the point?
I think hopefully people will enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think it'll be quite fun for us to do as well.
100%.
Should we kick straight on?
Yeah, let's go into it. Let's go.
We're going to start with this weekend in football, and I think there's only one place we can start from what's happening in football, and that is probably Manchester United.
Leeds United we will come on to, but Manchester United.
Let's talk about Manchester United.
Brilliant. Thank you, Man United, for having an absolute meltdown this season, by the way, because we've not gained promotion just yet. We potentially can. But Man United, you have made this season, when we've lost away at QPR and things like that have happened, by you getting smashed by Crystal Palace on Monday.
There's no bias here.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no bias from you, but Leeds and Man United.
They did get smashed by
Crystal Palace. Yeah, that's a fact, yeah. Glasner did a job on you. But
where do you think it's gone wrong this year for Man United?
Wrong manager, wrong players.
They've had a lot of injuries.
Stadium,
yeah, but apart from all that,
other than the sign falling down.
Looks a bit like
that's
Leeds.
Old Trafford.
What a catch, by the way. See that? I think injuries.
I don't know if that's staying
Injuries haven't helped.
I'm not sure. Like you look at Newcastle United and I think they've had worse injuries this year. Chelsea have had a lot of injuries this year.
Recruitment's been part?
Is it through a lack of the management that they're in the position where they've got such a weak side?
Potentially. But then also, I think I saw something on Twitter where it was like somebody put stupidly about Lisandro Martinez saying that at Ajax he never missed a game, and then at Man United he's missed a whole season, but he was under 10 at Ajax as well. So it's literally that.
It's a lot easier league, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, the Eredivisie compared to the Premier League is completely different, and I think that. Listen, like I say, for us it's brilliant. Man United have not had a great season, but I think it must be so frustrating as Man United fans.
I watched the Brentford game away. I think they lost that game, and I think they got a draw actually in that game.
Mason Mount won it.
Yes,
and then they scored again.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've watched Premier League football for 25, 30 years, and every time Man United got the ball, they were all going at walking pace.
Yeah.
I've never ever seen a team get it. They got it, and they just had so much arrogance. They're just going at walking pace. And I'm thinking, if you're a Man United fan watching this, it must be the most frustrating thing in the world to watch. There was just no effort, no tempo whatsoever.
Well, you see the clips of Rashford. Rashford just walk in, and he's Man United born and bred. He's supposed to be sort of.
He should be driving them on.
He should, yeah, you're right. And you see all the Sky Sports pundits say, if you're from Manchester, you know what it's about. You know what it's like to be from there. You know what the club's about. You've been there since you're a kid.
Something's not right with Rashford.
No, something isn't right. And that he's probably just one of the problems in the whole club because there's so many things going on. Obviously, Radcliffe's come in, and I think he will actually be quite successful. I think he will do a few things in the summer.
Did you see Radcliffe going to the training ground and going to the IT department? Have you read this?
No.
He went into this is last week. He went into the training ground and the IT department, and he sent an internal email across the whole staff saying the offices are filthy. There's no pride in any of the rooms. The IT department particularly was a disgrace. He said.
Wow.
He said at Ineos, obviously his company, he said the standards he's got there are so high. And he said he couldn't believe he's walking around. He said the worst thing was people, the Man United staff knew he was coming, and they still didn't even tidy up or make an effort or anything else. So I mean, it's the culture within the club sounds like there's a lot of issues.
Ronaldo said it himself when he forced his way out, didn't he?
No, it's changed.
Nothing has changed.
They're still using Windows 95, I heard.
MS-DOS.
They contact each other through Bieber.
That was their best transfer window as well, ironically.
Yeah, it's a tough time to be a Man United fan. But listen, like I say, Radcliffe's coming. I think he's going to sort of sort it out. Obviously, you've just said about the email that he sent around there. I mean, it's
you feel like he's bringing in the right people. Wilcox, and then obviously the guy from Man City as well.
And they're bringing in the Newcastle guy, aren't they?
Yeah, Ashworth.
What's his Ashworth?
Dean Ashworth.
Who's
It takes a lot though to change a full culture.
No, but I'm saying at least now there's shoots of like they feel like they're going actually on the right way.
Yeah,
things are happening, aren't they?
Yes.
To change
Well,
them.
like see what happened with Newcastle. I know it's completely different owners, but they were fighting from relegation. They were in the Championship a couple of years ago, and then straight to Champions League.
They hardly changed the squad, did they?
No, it's
literally.
I mean, like you imagine under Mike Ashley, you imagine it would have been the same idea of like a bit rack and ruin.
Yeah.
It's just the new ones come in and actually
Like Bates at Chelsea, going back.
Yeah.
Bates at Leeds.
Yeah. Oh no.
Glory days.
Yeah. In terms of behind the scenes, obviously we know what's going on at Man United. On the pitch, though, is Anthony. What is he the worst
£100
signing
million
ever?
for a fidget
Is
spinner.
he the worst signing ever? I think yes.
Lukaku
Lukaku's
think
Chelsea.
I think Lukaku
At least Lukaku kind of did
at Chelsea.
He did do a little bit more than honest God, Anthony. I think he is.
But also
He
with
threw his
Lukaku,
toys out
with
the pram.
Lukaku, like at least he had, he might have been a flop, but at least he had something behind him to justify 100 million. Anthony hasn't had anything, international career. Or
He can do a good pirouette.
Yeah, he can. Just not
Get him on
pitch.
Strictly then, not Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean?
Lukaku's been performing well for Roma as well this season, hasn't he? So it's like there's a player there,
yeah.
but in terms of the actual transfer, they spent 100 mil on him, and then he started saying that he wanted to stay at Inter and all that sort of thing, didn't he?
I think that was more behind the scenes. Where I think Anthony is just.
I think the problem with the Anthony
Overrated.
transfer is Ten Hag complained for the first year or two that he hasn't been backed, and then people were making decisions for transfers. I think Anthony was his transfer, and they went all out and they put the money in for him. And I think when the manager is making the transfers, like back in our day, back in mine and Ash's day, you know, the
Back in
our
day.
day, early like mid-90s, the manager made the transfers. It was his decisions. Now it's obviously completely changed.
They've got the football director and all that thing.
Football, they've got kind of
There was a
football
point
operations.
with Ajax as well, though. They had that team. They could just hold anyone to ransom and just say, we want X amount of money, and we're not going to sell you the player.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure Man United went in for De Jong, didn't they? And that Erik Ten Hag said he wanted De Jong.
And De Jong didn't want to go.
Yeah, and also Man United, I think, weren't prepared to pay what they wanted for De Jong at Barcelona, I believe. So, yeah, it's not been good for Man United.
Shall we finish off with will Ten Hag be here at the start of next season? Do we think?
No.
Yes.
Do you think he'll still be
I do.
here?
think he'll still be
Is
there.
that more hope than?
No, I think I keep listening to it on TalkSport. Everybody's saying he's got to go. I do think he's had a bad season. Look, the stats show, was it most losses in the season, most goals as well conceded in the season, or something along them lines.
Lowest finish if they finish.
Lowest finish. There we go. So
Right?
I know it's been a bad season, but the manager market, first of all, at the moment, isn't great.
No.
There really isn't. Everybody's after a manager.
Well, they're looking at Southgate, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would.
I think Tuchel's been mentioned.
Tuchel-
I think Tuchel would be.
I think he'd be a good.
Well,
But
Bayern has been rumoured to be looking at Ten Hag.
Yeah, I saw that.
But
But then
I do love a football swap.
it'd be a great escape as well for Ten Hag. That. But I also think as well, like as much as I hate Man United and it's great looking from the outside in, he has had loads of injuries. He's been absolutely plagued, and Newcastle have as well. That hasn't helped. He's got pretty much none of his first team defenders. If you look at it, Casemiro is past it. He will go. Casemiro again. Don't ruin your legacy, fella. I'm sure he will watch this. Don't ruin your legacy, Cass. Cass, I love you.
Look at Varane. Though Varane was what, £45 million player, and he's out of contract this summer.
I know.
He isn't even 30, is he?
He's not even 30.
He must
but
be 30.
Back to your original statement. I think he will stay. I think
he joined at 27.
Ten Hag, will he be here at the start, the first game of the season?
I think he will be there at the start.
Not
Yes,
so much longer.
but I don't
Why
think
would you
it'll.
do that,
I don't
though?
think
You're
it'll last
starting a
long.
huge project in the summer, and you go, "We're going to."
Yeah, but who do you bring in?
I think Tuchel might be there at the start.
Touching on the Germans, aren't we? So let's
Touching on
go
the
to the Germans. Borussia Dortmund.
Can I just quickly say, I love a team that doesn't do very well in the league but gets really far in the Champions League.
Like
Dortmund.
also,
I love it when that happens.
Leicester City.
And also,
When Leicester did it.
I also love the fact that the way that they play is so different to how PSG play. They play with that Fulkrug, whatever his name is up top. Big unit of a striker, wins every header, flicks everything on, play direct to him, and then you've got runners like Brandt coming off him,
Speaking of United,
Ian Matson. How good's he?
Yeah. Is he
He's on loan from
Chelsea. Yeah.
But watching them last night, I put it in our group chat that we've got, how good the game was. It was so good to watch Dortmund win. And Marco Reus has obviously announced that he's leaving as well. What a fairy tale that would be for him to
His final
win.
game at Wembley.
Yeah, final game at Wembley. It happened 10 years after they played Bayern Munich and lost 1-0 in the final.
Was he in the squad for that
Which
game?
he was in the
Was he
squad.
That was Guardiola, wasn't it?
At Wembley, it could be Bayern Munich, Dortmund again at Wembley. It's just written in the stars for Dortmund to win. I'd absolutely love it. But shout out to Vitinha for PSG, because what a player that man is. Oh my word. PSG were very unlucky. Sometimes you just know it's not your day. I think they hit the woodwork 8 times over 2 legs, 28 shots over 2 legs. So
They're never going to do it, are they?
No.
They were riding their luck, weren't they, Dortmund? And they're going to be playing either Bayern or Madrid in the final. I mean, we'll find out tonight, won't we?
Harry Kane going to win a trophy.
yeah, I hope.
We need to be careful with this, because obviously this is getting filmed before that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to watch this knowing that Harry Kane won 3-0, hat trick.
I just don't see a world where Madrid don't lift that trophy this season.
Yeah, but that's because you absolutely love Madrid.
Yeah.
You're a Madrid
Well,
fan.
I asked you guys this last week, but I'll do it now on camera. Obviously, Real Madrid have won La Liga. If they win the Champions League and England win the Euros, is Jude Bellingham absolutely nailed on?
There's
Ballon d'Or
there's no alternative.
this season?
Yeah, I agree. With that.
Yes.
I mean, how great would that? Birmingham
Yeah.
City will be
Oh,
tiring more numbers here, I think.
But then you could almost flip it and say, if Bayern ended up winning the Champions League, could Kane then be a contender?
If England won the Euros?
Yeah.
Potentially. There's a big if with England winning the Euros, but potentially.
He has scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, he
in the
has.
Bundesliga.
It's a matter of when.
It's a record-breaking season, surely, isn't it? I mean, he's in his debut season at the Bundesliga.
I think Lewandowski
I think he's broken Lewandowski's already, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, it's absolutely obscene, isn't it? And thank God he's English. But yeah, I think either whatever way it goes, let's fingers crossed it doesn't go to. Oh no, because it could go to Bayern, couldn't it, with Harry Kane? So yeah, whichever way it goes, if it's Madrid or Bayern or Dortmund, I'm probably not disastrously unhappy with whoever wins the Champions League. Just England have got to do a job in the summer, and that's a talking point for another episode, I think.
So great result for Bolton last night. Bolton are in the final. They made it a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
I know they did.
Barnsley's form going into that though
was dreadful.
so bad.
Yeah, like Leeds United.
They sacked the manager. They brought in a new manager for the playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah, they could have got automatic promotion for Barnsley. if they'd
they
have
just
just
fell
kept
apart.
on, and
They scraped into the playoffs
Yeah, they
at
did.
the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, it's like Birmingham. Birmingham got rid of, is it John Eustace? Is it
John
Eustace?
Eustace.
Yeah, and came down.
And they absolutely fell apart.
They were
They
fifth
beat-
when
they
they
beat-
when
They
they
beat,
started.
they beat us under Eustace.
You don't know what you've got until it's gone sometimes.
And then quick shout out to Bromley. Bromley playing into
Yeah.
League Two for the first time
Yeah.
in their history.
See,
So I like it when a conference
Yeah.
team comes through like
Absolutely.
that.
See,
It's,
the skipper was wearing an EFL
captain's
captain's armband as well.
Yeah.
It's
Presumptuous.
brilliant, isn't it?
I
And
like
then
that.
and then I saw on Twitter as well. He apparently the goalkeeper he was stood taking the penalty. He scored the winning penalty to send them up. The skipper did, and he was stood smiling and laughing at the keeper. And they said to him, "Why were you smiling and laughing at the keeper? Did you know you were going to score?" He said, "I was smiling and laughing because the keeper came over to me and said, 'I know where you're going.'" And he said, "I didn't even know which way I was going, so that's why I was smiling and laughing. Because if I don't know, how the hell do you know?" So yeah, shout out Bromley. What a it's great when something like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the conference is getting. It's such a competitive league these days. You've got teams like Hartlepool, Oldham going down, and it's hard to get out now. Really. I think it's hard. I think that's the hardest league to get out of.
Yeah, there's only 2 spaces up
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah, it is indeed.
It's silly because they made it so it's only 2 spaces up because the drop from League Two to the conference was such big that they didn't want to have many going down. But now you almost kind of
you're getting a lot of
comparable
teams.
now.
A lot of teams are going up from the conference and then getting promoted
Yeah.
or getting into the playoffs because they've got such form going into League
Yeah.
Two.
Well, Barrow and Harrogate recently
Yeah.
went up and they did well this year.
Yeah.
They had a good season. Crawley beating MK Dons last night 3-0. Is that tie over there?
Yeah.
MK Dons have had a good season.
It's
really
Mike,
good
Yeah.
season.
So
it's
the
Mike,
playoffs.
They
Mike
was- that
Williamson,
was-
isn't it? He used to be the Gateshead manager.
Did he?
He used to be the Gateshead
know
manager.
that.
Did well with Gateshead, and then I think he's taken over at MK Dons. If this is wrong, can you please cut this from the whole
No,
thing?
keep it in. Footballing opinions are superb at football prizes.
But
You don't know the managers.
MK Dons have had a really, really good season.
I thought Carl Pilkington was still there.
Okay, well, a quick
Throwback.
one about MK
He's your
Dons,
brother,
though.
isn't he? Oh, that's a different Carl Pilkington.
Dean Lewington is still at MK Dons at the age of 39.
Yeah.
He scored at Ellen Road in 2010, still there now. Dean Lewington played for Wimbledon, not AFC Wimbledon, the original Wimbledon, before they changed
Before
to
it
MK
was
Dons.
Is that the
Dons.
guy who's played 1,000 games?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
He's 39 now, and then he moved over to MK Dons when they moved over. He's still there now. I think it's his last season now, and this is his chance to get promoted again. But 39, Dean Lewington, 1,000 games.
Yeah.
That'd be really
Well done, Dean.
Well done, Dean.
Again,
Didn't
we'll
see
be
that.
watching this. Him and Casemiro sat on the sofa together.
They can
Who's had a better season?
Yeah, Dean.
they can stay in League
Definitely
Two though.
Dean.
And then obviously we'll go to Leeds United in the playoffs, shall we?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
went to the game at the Southampton
Yeah.
game.
what was it like?
That's just a non-event really. As soon as Ipswich went 1-up.
Yeah, you knew when we've got nothing to play for, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was always going to happen, wasn't it? It's just a shame. I mean,
Is it nothing to play for though?
Yeah, I was just about to say. You said that it didn't really matter if we lose or whatever, but it's good to have a bit of momentum going into the playoffs. But then also you reset. When do we play them? Thursday, is it? Is it tomorrow or
no,
next
no,
Thursday?
we play them Sunday.
Sunday, then
away.
next Thursday. Sorry,
Yeah.
apologies. But yeah, so it'll be a week to reset, which is probably the longest break they've had in probably quite a while in the Championship. So listen, I think we'll do it. I do think we'll do it. I think we'll beat Norwich. I think that won't be a problem. I just think it's going to be the final and who we get in the final.
Well, if you meet
and-
Southampton in the final, you've just lost them 2-1.
But then also, if we meet West Brom in the final, we haven't beaten them this season either, have we?
Southampton haven't lost to any of us.
So
Norwich,
No.
West Brom, or us. All
listen,
season.
this is the time to do it.
That's what I want to hear. Just
That's
to
the positiveness.
go into the playoffs.
Matt,
with
come
that.
on, you Saints.
Thanks, Bill.
That's Leeds. That's what Leeds United fans are like. That because we just.
The best way is to ask Tom, because Tom's the only one without
Yes,
the
true.
bias.
Can we do it, Tom?
Our lead's going up.
Yeah, but then
Yes.
also this is where he just does it to annoy us.
Well, I've always fancied West Brom,
Oh, here we go.
but I do think
You still think Sam Allardyce in charge?
that.
Tony Pulis is
Jeff
just doing a really good job.
Horsfield will pop
Chance.
up.
Let me
When he was on
talk.
about
Let me talk.
Lukaku earlier, he thought he was still up front for West Brom.
I
They've
do
got the
think
big lad
I'm
up front.
Sorry, Tom.
He's
I
dangerous
do.
at this level.
That's fair enough.
Will Leeds go up?
Yeah, will Leeds go up top?
Well, I think we should go around and say who we think will go up in all 3 leagues.
Oh my god! All right.
God, I don't know if I know.
Well, I think Donny would go up in League
Yes,
Two.
I do
the way
too,
they've
actually,
been.
yeah.
Looks like it's going to be Donny Crawley final. Looks
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
Fair
look
play
at
to
Chef
Crawley as
Wednesday
well.
last
Fair play to
season.
Crawley.
Chef Wednesday lost the first leg.
Who have we got? We've got Bolton in League One. Who was in the other semi-finals there?
Is it Oxford versus
Oxford,
Peterborough,
which is tonight. Oxford have got a 1-0
Up the posh.
Yeah.
Is that second leg? Oh, it was second leg, yeah.
Oxford won the reverse leg 1-0.
Is that at London Road?
It's at Posh.
Yeah. London Road.
So Peterborough then, I'd say. So it's going to be Peterborough, probably.
Peterborough,
Bolton final.
I mean, that's a flip of a coin, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
You got to want
I'd
Peterborough.
go Peterborough.
Yeah. I've always had a thing for Peterborough.
And then,
This is a job for the producer, I think.
Yeah, Caden off camera here.
He is.
Yeah, do this now.
Yay.
Everyone say hello to
It's
Caden.
Caden. The man behind the podcast.
Caden, there's blue tack at the top, in top right. Yeah. Just push that on.
We've got magnets coming.
On the, yeah, we have got magnets coming.
Don't cut this.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we cut this? Do we keep this?
No, keep it in.
Caden's shown his face already. Caden was going to be like the ghost behind the camera that no one was going to see it already. He's had to run in. Whoa!
Keep this in, because by the time we get to series 3 and we've got a proper high tech studio, this is
what we can look back on and go, look how far we've come.
Really quickly, and who's going up, Tom? Championship, League 1, League 2.
West Brom, Bolton, Doncaster.
Okay.
Leeds, Bolton, Doncaster.
That's me. Leeds, Peterborough, Doncaster.
I'm going to Leeds, Peterborough, MK Dons. Come on, MK Dons.
Leave them in League 2.
Absolutely mountain to climb. Let's move on to what is going on at Liverpool. Ash, your favourite subject, Ash.
Yeah.
What is happening at Liverpool? Liverpool, who of course are on course for the. I'm not going to call it a quadruple.
A quadruple.
If you win the Europa League, I'm not. Anyway,
A generous quadruple.
4 trophies, we call it. And that 4 trophies is evaporated down just to the League Cup by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I'd take the League Cup.
I mean, I'd take the League Cup. I'm sure Tom would take the League Cup.
Eric Ten Hag could end up with a better season.
He won't though.
Yeah.
He won't, but
I'm not sure if I'm. Yeah.
No, he's got Champions League qualification. Hasn't he?
Ash, what is going on? Jack, can you tell us what's happening?
Yeah, so Nunes has deleted all his Liverpool Instagram related photos, which is apparently because he was getting a bit of stick on Sunday in the game against Spurs. If you deleted all your football prizes Instagram photos, I'd be really upset. I'd be out the door.
I'd be really
I'd be waving. Apparently he was like living offside, which Nunes does quite regularly, doesn't he? He's very much offside, and it's extremely frustrating, I can imagine, for Liverpool fans. So they let that frustration be heard on Sunday. I think they were booing him, and he's took to Instagram to get rid of it.
Oh, sorry, is this a fans thing, not an internal bust-up thing? This is
no, he thinks it's in terms of the fans. Obviously, then we saw Salah and Klopp on the touchline the other week.
We should get Nunes on the Offsiders podcast.
Yeah, again, he probably is watching.
He's probably here somewhere.
Add him to the sofa with Dean
and Casemiro.
What a sofa this is!
Out of a job.
What a sofa this is turning
Little
out
watch
to be.
along.
Watch along. Then we saw Salah and Klopp have a bust up. Obviously, Klopp is leaving. Salah's probably going to be out the door. Van Dijk is probably going to be out the door. Could Nunes be out the door? I mean, it's just falling apart a little bit, and Slot's got to come in and rebuild it, take the reins, and what a tough job that's going to be.
And you can. Obviously, this is on record. Arne Slot is going to be an excellent appointment.
Yeah, you did
clip that kid.
Yeah.
Clip that bit.
You can clip that bit. He was linked to Leeds last year or the year before, and I did quite a lot of research on him, looked at his Wikipedia and kept up to date with Feyenoord results.
Yep, let's go.
And they're a very, very good team. They've been beating teams 5-6-0. I think they beat Ajax comfortably as well this year. They won the Eredivisie for the first time in however many years last season.
They've only lost twice this season in the league.
Yeah,
and they've not won the league.
And they've not won the league.
Yeah.
When they were kind of looking at the Amorim, the Sporting Lisbon guy, I thought, you're thinking which way this is going to go. But Arne Slot, I think, it's early doors. There's still the season to play, but next season I think that's a really, really good appointment.
Yeah. Time will tell. I'll tell you what, Bill. It comes back and he gets sacked
by Christmas.
2 months. I will laugh my head off. But yeah, listen, I don't think it's a bad appointment. But again, going back to earlier when we said about the manager market, there's not really much there, so it's one of them. Like I say, time will tell. It's a tough job to come into, that, isn't it? It's
it is.
Well, I was talking to Xabi Alonso for so long, wasn't
yeah, but he's just.
I think he's done the right thing there.
I
think he's done the right thing by staying.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And he could, if he goes unbeaten and wins the treble, that has to be the best achievement in world football.
Better than Leicester.
Has to be.
Yeah, because of the Europa League.
Yeah.
I think that's the kicker. I think.
Yeah, and then also the Bundesliga. Obviously, I know the Bundesliga is not as good as the Premier League, and it's not
Can you
competitive.
say that it's not as good though? Because in the Champions League
I know you are.
semi-final, you've got Dortmund,
I get that.
and you've got me.
I do agree.
Well, potentially the final.
You've got the
but-
England
but-
captain in there.
But that's the top two teams.
And then you got the England's best winger in Jadon Sancho.
I like that though. Controversial. But yeah, no.
Should Jadon Sancho be going to the
No.
Euros? if he, okay, tell you what. If Dortmund had about another 10 games left of the season, if he had a little bit longer, he could have pushed his way in there.
Potentially, but even still, it's,
Southgate don't like it.
No, I don't think he'll go. And so just touching back to you, Ash. You are right in saying that they're both in semi-finals and there could be a German final, but that's two teams. If you look at the actual full league, the Premier League is
Leverkusen knocked out West Ham.
Yeah, but the Premier League, I still think the Premier League is so much more competitive.
There's no more Premier League teams left in Europe, is there?
All right, guys, just
Is
we
it
on my bonfire.
There's always a
Aston Villa's
media
still there.
bias to the Premier
They
League.
need to make up
Yeah.
2 goals away, don't they?
But I always said for years, over the years, I've always said, I think the best way to sum up how strong a league is to have the 3 relegated teams from both leagues do a little tournament against each other. I think that's kind of a nicer way of.
That'd be good,
That'd be
wouldn't
good.
it?
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Nobody
little
wants to.
We've got
watch
Sheffield
United.
United.
Sheffield United.
Should we host it?
Augsburg.
The football
Augsburg
prizes
are-
relegation
Augsburg,
trophy.
I think that'd be really good. Then you really kind of get to see who.
Put
How strong
the
it
cat
is.
amongst the
You would
pigeons.
do, yeah. Liverpool. Okay, just a quick one. Then we can come back to this one.
Yeah.
This is a really tough question, and there's a lot of kind of permutations of this. But where do you think Liverpool will finish in the Premier League next season?
It's too early to call.
It's
isn't
hard.
It is,
It's
you're
hard
right,
because we've
you're
still
right.
not
I'll
finished the
go top. I'll go top 8.
I mean, that is.
Top
I mean,
eight.
you're really sitting on the fence.
I'll go top 20.
All right, I'll go 7th.
Top
I'm gonna go 7th.
You going down?
Seventh.
You going that far?
Seventh.
That far down?
7th, yeah.
Ooh.
Fifth for me, I think.
I think they'll get. Is 7th Europe still? Is it Conference League?
Conference
I can
League.
never keep up with
I
it.
know, I don't know
It's
now.
a new system
Yeah,
next season,
I
isn't
know.
it?
Oh yes, it is. Yeah.
If
I'm
you-
going to say 7th.
If you look at Spurs now are in a second season, so they've done a little rebuild. They should be stronger next year. Poch at Chelsea's in a second season. They should be a little bit stronger next year. Newcastle, you imagine, are going to come back as well. Liverpool are kind of starting from season 0 now.
Yeah.
So it is going to be really tough. I agree with Tom. I think they're going to be 5th. I think they're going to go 5th.
Do you?
I reckon
Ash.
Chelsea will be
I'll
top
go.
4.
I'll go Champions League. They'll get 4. They'll squeeze in. Yeah.
Right, let's come
Well,
back.
who's
Let's
gonna
come
be
back
on
to
the
this,
bottom?
and we'll see.
Chelsea.
We'll see how we all do.
Chelsea.
We asked each of us to rank. We don't know what each other's put here. We asked each of us to rank the top 3 managers of the Premier League this season in order from 1st to 3rd. We don't know what each other's put. Who would like to go first?
Should we do everybody's number 3 first?
Yeah, let's
And
do it
see
that
if
way.
we can
Oh,
meet up anywhere?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I like that.
Number 3.
So 3. Go on, Ash. Go
I'll
right
start
to left.
since
Go
I'm
right
on
to
the
left.
end, Jeff. That's all right. I've gone Andoni Iraola. I believe I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to
I
go
mean-
round, or do you want to just do the?
Yeah.
You go.
I'll do it really quick. I think at the start of the season, you look at Bournemouth and you think relegation fodder. They've been nowhere near it. They went on a game. Did they win like 9 in a row? 8 in a row or something at one point in the season? Solanke's been on
They
form.
had a dreadful start, and then they.
They've never looked like a team who were like down on themselves either. Even when they were losing, they were still playing well. So
Yeah.
I
Not a
think he
big club
deserves credit
either.
for that.
Yeah, they're not a big club, and they've had
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
very respectable season this year.
Yeah.
haven't they?
And they
good
stuck
job.
with him. They had a slow start.
It's
Match
good-
of the day, they were
it's good
saying
to
sack
see.
him to start.
Yeah.
In such a competitive.
I'm not really asked
expensive-
about Bournemouth. I mean,
Who's your third? Who's your
This
third?
brings me on nicely. Rob Edwards. Rob
I'm
Edwards.
not sure. That's
Rob Edwards, listen.
Last season, yeah.
He's got 25 points or
listen.
26 points.
I haven't explained.
How can you say
I
he's
haven't
in the top 3
explained,
managers?
right? If Luton stay up, if
And we
Luton
found
stay
out,
up,
ladies and gentlemen,
if
who the
Luton,
person is who doesn't know anything.
if Luton stay up, which I think they could, I genuinely think they could. I think Forest could have a little bit of a bottle towards the end of this season. If Luton stay up, Rob Edwards is in the top 3. In the top 3 managers of this season, he has to be. Luton have, they've got what was their budget? How much they
They've
spent
got
this
Ross
summer?
Barkley.
Yeah, exactly. What
Can I
a,
just-
they
can
got
I-
him on free with great recruitment. You wouldn't have said that at the start of last season.
Of course I would.
No, you
Can
wouldn't.
I
Ross
just, can I
Barkley's
just counter
quality.
Rob Edwards for a second?
Go on.
He's competing against 2 teams above him that have both had points deductions, and he still can't get above them.
Doesn't matter.
They're on a dreadful points per game ratio. This is one of the lowest points that any Premier League team is going to have to stay up. They have spent a bit this summer.
How much did they spend?
They bought Chong. They've bought a few.
I don't
players.
think they spent a lot.
They haven't spent a lot.
I don't think they spent a lot.
You can cut that. They haven't spent a lot.
Well, that's a full circle moment. Of going back to we figured out the
They
football.
spent all the money on the
Rob
stadium.
Edwards, Rob Edwards cannot be in the top.
If
3
he keeps them up,
this summer.
he's in the top 3.
He's done a very good job.
Yeah.
Because
The top
of the
3.
quality he's facing.
And I also love the way they play again.
Oh no,
Very
I
direct.
heard the
So,
boost. I've really enjoyed watching them.
Exactly. They're
I
so,
haven't done
and
watching them.
maybe that's another
And they
reason
have
why
been
I
lucky.
put
I
them in
think
my
their
top 3.
performances probably
Yeah.
haven't
Like
yielded
Chelsea, for
results.
example, what was the score against Chelsea? Was it 4-3 or something like that? And they were so close to getting an equaliser. Like you say, they have their points.
I thought you were coming back to my Chelsea. You're going to get relegated.
No. Oh no! We'll come on to that at some point, definitely. But
Tom,
yeah,
Tom, who was third for you? Who did you go for third?
Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola, top 3.
That's
so boring that.
Third.
He's going to end up with an FA Cup and most likely the Premier League.
Yeah.
I
I respect
always
that.
To
there.
not
I
have
do
him in
that.
the top 3 is
He
just.
might end up with
He's
9.
always there.
He
It's
could
actually
end up with 9. To
consistent.
be fair.
Boring.
Nah,
Get a
nah,
life,
nah.
Pep.
It's
You can
not
sit on the sofa
Third.
as well, mate.
Yeah, I think Pep kind of speaks for himself, doesn't it? I've gone for Andoni Iraola in third.
Yeah, see the
I've gone for it in third.
All knowledge, Tom.
The
All
reason
knowledge.
for that is, at times, I think they played the best football in the Premier League this season. They went to Old Trafford and won 3-0.
Yeah.
And none of these have been flukes. They've been absolutely fantastic. Obviously, they got rid of Gary O'Neill. They brought him in. Everyone kind of questioned that.
Shout out to Gary O'Neill. by the
Another
way.
one, Leeds
listen,
wanted Iraola.
Leeds wanted Iraola.
We'll come. I'm sure in this list, Bill's going to come on to Gary O'Neill because that is he's in love with him. I'm sure.
Let
he
me
is.
stay on third for
I'm
the
sure
moment.
he
Let me
is.
stay on third for the moment. But yeah, I think what people forget is that Bournemouth came up last year and they were the favourite to go down, and they didn't go down. And then they've played this year. They lost a few games that season. Everyone's kind of questioning them. And like Ash said, they've not flirted with relegation at any point this season.
Well, they
they've
did at the start.
recruited really, really, really well as well.
Really?
They have spent a bit of cash, but they've recruited really well. And I feel that they're one of those teams that will only kick on even further next year.
Yeah.
And they're not far off Europe this season as well.
Yeah.
So Andoni Iraola for me is third.
Well, do you want to? We're moving on second. I've put him second, so that might be a good
Yeah,
segue
that
to go
could
to
be
second. I've put him second. I reiterate everything Bill's just said there. There's nothing more for me to add. Thank you for doing my job, Bill.
Yes, no problem.
Ashley.
I've joined Tom. I put Pep at 2.
Oh God.
Oh no, I haven't. No, I changed it. I did put Pep at 2, and then I
Look
looked at
like
the
a
league
muggy.
table and I thought there's someone who deserves it a little bit more. I put Arteta at number 2 because they've scored more, they've conceded less, and they're 1 point clear at the top. Fair enough, City have a game in hand. Less budget, yes, and he's brought in Rice. Rice has fitted in like a glove. Everything he's done this season.
I'm not
has been
sure.
pretty
I'm
much
not
spot
sure.
on.
Less budget.
He's got
They
less
bought
budget.
Timber.
What then,
How
Man
much have they
City?
spent Timber? Yeah, but for this summer, how much?
Yeah, but
they'll
Wood's
have
expensive
spent-
nowadays.
They'll have spent more. Chris Wood. They'll have
Man City.
spent more this summer than Man City. Sure, they spent a lot of money this summer.
Yeah, but
Havertz, Rice, Timber.
The cost of
How
that
good has
squad
Havertz
that they've
been, by the
built.
way?
I'm
Yeah.
really happy for Havertz.
I like Havertz.
Really
I
happy
think
for
he
Havertz.
got a really, really bad rep, and he's come on and.
And I'm happy for Timo Werner as well. Timo Werner coming back.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I mean.
Moral of the story is don't sign for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think probably is.
Or a German for Chelsea, anyway.
Yes.
That's the
Balak
theme.
was quite good for Chelsea.
Oh
to
yeah,
be
that's true.
fair.
Yeah. That's true.
And Schürrle.
God, Andre Schürrle.
Sorry, let's
Get him on the sofa as well. Who have we got now? Dean, Casemiro, Darwin, Pep, and.
Where have you put Pep in?
Yeah, I'll put Pep on there because he's boring, so
Yeah.
he can sit on the sofa
You
with
can
him.
do the watch along.
Yeah.
So you gone Arteta?
Well, yeah. Even though I got abused for it, I am
No,
putting
I agree with
Arteta
that.
there.
I don't mind Arteta in
Thanks.
there. He's in my honourable mentions.
This is why I'm sat next to Jack.
I've steered away from the top two because it's boring. So he's in my honourable mentions.
What a shock.
You've gone Iraola. You've gone Arteta. Who's second for you?
Unai Emery.
Great choice.
Good evening.
Good evening. No, but so to break into that top 4, Watkins, something like 20 goals. He's top assist with 12 assists. He's been unbelievable. He's got to be on the plane, obviously, ahead of who's
Tony.
the other- Tony.
Well, yeah. Not sure.
Tammy Abraham.
Cameron Jerome came on last night for Bolton.
Did he?
At 39.
Wow.
Get him on.
That's another 39-year-old. Get him on the
Get him on.
sofa.
I'm trying to pick players that are older than me. Just I still feel young.
But I think that's such a good achievement this season, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Players like Douglas Luiz, he looks unbelievable this
How
season.
many did he score in a row as well at home?
Eight.
Scored
I was
in
at
like
8.
Yeah.
I think
ridiculous
from
amounts.
defensive midfield.
Yeah, he scored 8
crazy.
in a row at home. Yeah.
He's on pens, but
Doesn't matter.
How many points did they get in the first 19 games? What did Emery keep saying? Kept going like 45 points or something
Where's
like
he
that.
from?
amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
It's like he's
just
in the
amazing.
room.
Yeah, exactly. It's only-
Whoa! Unai. You shaved your head.
I have gone for quite predictably. I've gone for Gary O'Neill.
Yeah.
I
Love him.
I love him.
Yeah.
Love him. Can I tell you why I love him? And I've said this before. I love him because Bournemouth came to Elland Road last season, and we were ahead of Bournemouth at that point, and they came, and I genuinely will put hand on heart and say they're one of the best teams I've ever seen come to Elland Road. They absolutely, the way they passed that about, Dominic Solanke was absolutely incredible up front, and that was his first season, I think, last year as a manager. And I think he was harshly sacked, but then I think it's one of those where sometimes in football, everything really, really works out. And Bournemouth got Iraola. They feel like they've kicked on a little bit. I think Wolves are obviously in a stronger position now than what they were under Lopetegui and whatever else happened last year. And I think Wolves fans were really, really dismissive of him when he first signed for Wolves. And I remember thinking, I think you've got a really good manager on your hands here. And they all really, really love him, and it's a really good fit. Again, they're a team that's never looked skirted around relegation. Yeah. They've had injury problems. They don't have the strongest squad, I'd say. And I think the work he's done there, and also they've been really, really harshly treated by VAR and officials as well, you could argue.
He joined really late in the summer as well, so he didn't have any time.
On the week of the last game.
Yeah, so he did.
Listen, I'm not opposed to Gary O'Neill at all. I know you love him. I do. He's a fantastic manager. I agree. I think he's been really good for Wolves, considering they've over the past few years have flirted with relegation a little bit, and he's come in and just sort of stirred the ship a little bit.
Seems like a nice guy. Well.
You'd go rock climbing with him.
You'd go rock climbing. Have a game of snooker. Play snooker with Gary O'Neill, I would.
Get him in with Matt Letizia.
Chris Samba.
Snooker with Chris Samba.
Right, let's go to our ones. Ash, we'll go you.
Emma Hayes. No.
Hey, to be fair, she could have been.
Well, when my child asks me if I've been naughty at school, I tell him, you need to be good. And if you're not good, I'll tell you off.
Have you ever thought about doing impressions of football managers? Because I tell you what, Ash, whack a wig on and you'd be on the way.
I hadn't realised. I've gone to Unai
Emery. Top. Yeah, who have you got top?
Unai Emery.
I've got Unai Emery as well.
So, Tom, you're the only one who's not got Unai Emery.
Well, I want to know who this number one is here now.
Yeah, go on, Tom.
Well, I'm kind of agreeing with you in a way. It's Mikel Arteta.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
The fact that the fact he's pushing Pep Guardiola with that super team up until what will most likely be the last game of the season is just an achievement in itself.
They don't have a striker, at Arsenal.
No.
Yeah, but they've scored the most goals.
He's honestly made Havertz into one of the standout performers in the league this season.
Yeah. Yeah, but has he made Havertz, or has Havertz always had that? Listen, I agree. Mikel Arteta he's in my honourable mentions along with somebody else that I'll touch on in a second. But has he made Havertz do that, or has Havertz just come into his own a little bit? Maybe he's shown a bit of belief in him, and when times got tough, he stuck with him, and I get that, and that he's respectable to Mikel Arteta. But
it's the way they've been coached.
Yeah,
it's got to be. There's got to be the difference. Arsenal have had such a rough past decade, haven't they?
Agreed.
I think just on Arteta, I've looked at that Arsenal squad and I do think that is the greatest rebuild I've ever seen in the Premier League.
That's true.
If you think about when he came in and he had Aubameyang and he had Xhaka and he had Pepe and he had
Lacazette.
Lacazette. He had all these really, really, really difficult characters.
Yeah.
And the squad was awful. And you could see people turning up to training. You could see there wasn't a unity there. And what he did really cleverly was he didn't kind of go mad. And he needed these players because he had no one else. But slowly over 2-3 seasons, he slowly picked them off, got rid of them. And you look at the squad now, and there's no prima donnas.
Nope.
There's no kind of players with the big egos who you think are going to kind of disrupt things in training. And I think what he's done is, and they've stuck with him. There's that stat where he had the run of like 12, 13 games without a win in his second season or whatever. And they stuck with him. And I think that rebuild to now, the squad they've got now is amazing. I think what sums up how far Arsenal have come is probably that Bayern Munich game of, they were losing 7-2 or whatever it was. They were nowhere in the same league as Bayern Munich. And they could have easily won that over 2 legs.
Yeah. I think the biggest, and I also think the biggest testament to him is how well he's improved the defence.
The defence is unbelievable.
Like, if you look at the back four, let's go to the Brighton game again, pretty infamous for the what's it called? Is it the Mandela effect or something like that? Butterfly effect, where because Leno.
It's the Mandela effect.
Yeah, no, it's not the Mandela effect. Is it? It was one of the effects. Anyway, the Arsenal back four. So I think it was like Kolasinac, Mustafi,
Bellerin
David
was
Luiz,
in there.
Mavropanos were there.
Mavropanos, Leno was in nets. And now they've got the best defence in the league with Ben White.
I'd argue they've got the best defence in the world at the minute.
Yeah, the 2 centre-halves, I would say. Although, listen, Mats Hummels yesterday against PSG, I don't think I spoke about him. He was superb. So that's just an argument there. Mats Hummels is like a Rolls Royce.
If Arteta doesn't win anything this year, can he be in the top 3 managers of the season?
No, he can't.
He can be number 1.
Yeah, but you could say that about Emery and you've put him top.
No,
it's different.
Is it different?
Yeah,
yes.
of course it's different.
I don't think it's different. It's a rebuild. You said it's the best rebuild. He's still rebuilding it.
No, yeah, but No, I agree with Billy. You can't compare Unai Emery's season to Mikel Arteta's season. Mikel Arteta has spent however much, and I know Villa have still got a big budget and they've spent a bit of money. I know they have, but
it's the expectation.
And Arsenal have gone and got the best defensive midfielder in the world alongside Rodri. They've gone and got Havertz, who was 60 million, whatever he was, and he's a well-known player. He's a Champions League winner. He scored the winner in the Champions League final. So to compare that to Unai Emery with Villa. It's the expectation.
Okay, well then,
don't think that.
Following on from that, then, where do you think Aston Villa would realistically expect to be next season if they're going to keep kicking on? Is this Aston Villa's limit?
I think so. Yeah.
Can they go playing Champions League, trying to get Champions League?
That'll be tough for them next season.
Champions League.
They'll do like what Newcastle have done this season.
Yeah, they will.
Well, they'll have injuries. It'll fall apart a little bit.
Is there a kind of a glass ceiling that Aston Villa are kind of at right now?
I think so. And Villa fans probably, I think some of them probably agree. I think some of them will disagree as well, and they'll think they can push on.
If you look at Arsenal were at that glass ceiling, finishing fourth, getting in Champions League, probably where they were that's kind of their limit, where they could get.
As in, like, under Wenger?
Yeah. Even under, like, Emery, or even under kind of after that.
Yeah, but I would say historically Arsenal bigger club than Villa?
Yeah,
they are. So I would say that historically, that for me anyway, I've always associated Arsenal as a top 4 team, even when they weren't playing well and they went through the hiccups with Unai Emery and Arteta when he first signed, and back end of Wenger's career as well, although he still managed to keep him in the top 4. Historically, Arsenal were always a team that could win the Premier League, whereas Villa, I don't think
they're the top of where they can be now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just a quick. Eddie Howe, Newcastle. Obviously, I know they've had a lot of injuries. Very, very disappointing season.
No, all they could turn 6.
Yeah, if they finish top 6,
it's been unreal.
I think they could finish fifth. Their recent form has been.
They could finish 5th.
I think they're second in the form table.
Yeah, they could catch
behind
Arsenal.
Yeah.
And they're also one of the best teams to watch.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Eddie Howe. I like Eddie Howe.
Is Isak
Jason Tindall as well?
Best number, Jason Tindall. Yeah, I like Jason Tindall's number 2.
Yeah, brilliant.
Isak best number 9 in the division.
Isak's been. He's got to go to a top 4 club next season. I think he's.
Imagine him at Arsenal.
I know, but I don't think he will. I think they're going to sign him on a longer contract. Also, you mentioned Eddie Howe there. I just would also like to give a shout out to Oliver Glasner. Because
Glasner. If he had 10 more games,
what an appointment he has been for Palace. He's made them look world beaters, and I've seen loads.
Excited for Palace next season.
Yeah, agreed. If they can keep hold of Eze and Elise,
best number 9 in the league, Mateta.
Yeah, what
surely Elise didn't stay though.
He's massive, isn't he? He's massive.
See that
Mateta,
See that strike he had again.
What form he's on?
Onana could have done better though, couldn't he?
I know, but it went like a rocket. And yeah, like you say, Elise and Eze, chances are probably one of them is going to go.
Yeah, I think
It'd be very tough to keep hold of them both. But if they do, I think they could push Conference or Europa League or something like that. So Oliver Glasner has been a breath of fresh air.
Poch, very quickly.
I like Poch.
Yeah, I think it's starting to click.
Do you, Bill? Do you like Poch? Should we refer to what you told me when I first joined Football Prizes, Bill? I think Chelsea will get relegated this year.
Look, they're on a bad form.
I'd like to retract my earlier statement.
Bad form. Do you know what? Chelsea a few months ago were the scourge of the Premier League. Like, they're a bit of embarrassment. They have turned it around a little bit, I think.
They've
had some good wins.
Chelsea's home form, they've won 9 of the last 11.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I agree. I like Chelsea. I like Poch. I think he'll push on a little bit next season. They could still get Europe.
They have to push on.
Yeah.
And Kunku's going to be top goal scorer next season.
Oh God, yeah.
Nkunku,
Jesus.
Worst manager of the season. Well, I think I imagine I was going to say the same.
Well, mine is he's in there, but I've also gone with somebody else, which is probably going to cause a bit of controversy.
Worst manager of the season.
Worst manager. I've gone one of two, and I put the other guy in there just to argue a case a little bit because I feel like we're all going to go with Ten Hag. Am I right in saying that?
Yes.
Ten Hag. Oh, Tom, I'm talking to you.
Who was the Sheffield United manager?
Chris Wilder?
No, before Wilder.
Paul Heckenbottom.
Heckenbottom was only there for 10 games, I think.
So
Sheffield United have conceded 100
they're terrible.
goals this year.
Absolutely
And the last team to do that was Swindon when it was a 42-game league.
But they sold their best players when they came up because they had no money. So they
who's your worst manager of the season?
So I just want to make sure we've all gone Ten Hag.
I'll go Ten Hag.
Tom?
Yeah, I think.
Okay,
off the top of my head,
I've also thrown in there De Zerbi for Brighton. And my reason
European quarterfinal.
My reason for this, right? Brighton have had
I like this.
Brighton have had a few good results along the way, don't get me wrong. But last season, right, Brighton finished 6th, I think they finished.
Overachieved.
Did they overachieve though, or was I thought that was
The
I thought that was
average-
them now. I thought De Zerbi has had that he's going to be the next great manager, a bit like Graham Potter was at Brighton, but finished sixth, playing the way they were playing. It was so good to watch. They were a team that if you came up against Brighton, it was not an easy game. Whereas this season, I think it's been a little bit easier for teams. They got beat by Luton 4-0. They got beat by Villa 6-1, I think it was. They've had a few good results, like I say, along the way, but
Have Brighton ever been in the bottom half of the Premier League at any point this season?
they're 11th now.
So yes, they have been.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So and they could finish lower potentially, and they might not as well. But I think if
Do you know what? It's a really good shout.
Thank
I
you.
No,
think.
it is
I
not.
think it's a really good
The
shout.
average
this.
age-
No, I think it is.
Don't give him that.
Age
Don't
of
give
their
him that.
starting 11 is about 14 years old. So
15.
what other manager could do
Your mum
that?
still buys your trousers.
I don't know any of the players. They put a different teenager on every other week.
Look, his point.
I don't-
But like,
I'm just
no one
listen.
else
I
could
just
do that.
put
Expect
him in
Brighton
there
to be doing
put the
any
cat-
better.
Cat amongst pigeons. The cat has firmly gone amongst
okay,
the pigeons.
right.
Yes.
The paradox of
Get
this
out
then
of
is
here, cat.
the fact that he could be in discussion for the worst manager of the season. Does that not show how good he is as a manager? Because you expected more and he did so well last year.
Maybe.
So he's kind of fallen on his own
Yes.
sword a little
So the
bit.
reason I put him in there for this season is because of how well he did last season. That's probably is the case. So, yeah. I mean, listen, I did it just because I knew we'd all go with Ten Hag. It caused a bit of an uproar and I liked it. So, De Zerbi, you can get on the couch as well, brother.
So a big thanks to Seb Short, who has written today's quiz. We are in teams. Can we all show our buzzers?
Yeah, I'm on green.
Well, I meant press them. Really. I meant can we do like?
I'm gonna do it again.
Fair point, well made, Bill.
You ready? I'm on green again.
Buzz Lightyear.
Cupped in the way.
Buzz Lightyear here. I've got the neutral buzzer, but I'm
Yeah, you have got the
most,
you've
I
got the
reckon,
boring
'cause I've got the
one,
most
so
knowledge.
Is that right?
So just the Britain's Got Talent. You're off.
I've got the.
Oh, I like that.
911. What's your emergency?
This is the best.
This
one.
is the best. Hello, Caden. How are you?
Hello, doing well.
Hello. This week we've got quiz from Halifax.
Okay, right, this was directed at Bill.
Pressure's on.
No
Bill.
pressure, mate.
6 teams have spent at least 1 week on top of the Premier League this season. Can you name them? 1 point for each team.
Oh, that's generous.
That is generous.
It's a nice question.
Take that.
That.
6 teams have been top at some point this year. Right. Well, there's obviously been Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Aston Villa, who had a really good start. Can I talk this through?
No
No.
discussion.
No.
Also,
This
can we
This is a
steal? So
team
if-
game,
No,
surely.
no. If this is direct to the Bill, if he doesn't know this, if he doesn't know 1 or 2 of them, can me and Ash confer?
It's not written anywhere here, but I mean, maybe.
Well, you're the quiz master.
Yeah, I think-
You're quiz master.
Yeah.
Just making it up as
Yeah.
it goes along.
Okay.
All right, yeah, let's
So I've
do
got
that, shall
4. I've got 4. There's 2 left.
You've got.
4.
Whoa,
I've got Aston Villa,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. I think. I'm trying to think who had a good start.
Great shout.
I think Newcastle were top right at the start, and then I've got 1 more after that, and I'm going to go for Spurs.
Oh, I like it.
Newcastle, Spurs, Arsenal, Aston Villa,
No, I do
Man
like
City
that.
and
I do
Liverpool.
like that.
You have got 1 incorrect.
Ooh!
Yeah, chance to
Don't-
steal.
don't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chance to steal the point.
Right, it must be early.
Can you tell me which one's incorrect
I'm
and which
thinking-
one's correct?
I think Newcastle's incorrect.
I think Newcastle's
I think
incorrect.
Newcastle's
They
incorrect.
beat Aston Villa 5-1 at the start.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
thought
they
they had a
did.
really good start.
But
Don't help.
nah, Spurs were definitely top at some point. I'm sure they were.
Yeah, Spurs is right.
I would go. Oh, this is
How
tough.
did
this.
Chelsea start the season? Really bad.
Yeah, I reckon they started. Honestly, I
No,
can't remember.
Did they start really bad? Or did
Surely
they
there's a
say-
time
I
limit.
don't mind
There's a
Chelsea
time
being
limit on
there.
this.
I don't mind
Caden,
Chelsea.
Caden. Come on.
Come on,
Six.
it's time limit.
Because I've not
6
really got
second
a
rule.
Yeah, right.
Said
So
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Calm down.
Chelsea. No, you're both wrong. It's Brighton.
Brighton.
Worst manager of the season.
Yes! What are you on that for? You both got it wrong.
5-0, mate.
5-0.
All right, we haven't had a question yet.
Right, 5-0.
Also, these are specific for specific people. So am I just going to add these two?
Just Adam said
Yeah.
score. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Right, 5.
We're going to have to refine the quiz, but when we've refined
Yeah,
it, my
we'll
word,
refine it,
it's
yeah.
going to be pandemonium.
Yeah.
Cost a lot of
absolutely.
money this quiz, by the way. You know, professional quiz writer. Right.
Right, the next one is for Jack.
Come on.
Name the 6 players at the top of the goal-scoring chart so far this season. 1 point for each player.
So the top 6.
top 6.
Okay, Watkins, Haaland.
This is tough.
It's not. Watkins, Haaland. Is Isak up there? Isak? I'm going to go Isak. I've said Isak now. That's hot. Gosh, he's tough. That's hot. Liverpool. Salah. So who have I said? Salah, Haaland, Isak, Watkins. Is that what I said?
Yeah, you got 2 left.
Ash, you watch yourself.
I'll
mate.
go. Son. Is Son up there? What am I saying? Oh, Palmer. Cole Palmer. He's
That's
definitely
your
up there.
6.
No, it's 5. I didn't say Son. I was just confirming my
Sorry,
head.
I heard Son.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
I
must have been in my head.
I'll go Son because I'm not going to think of something else. So I'll go that as the top 6.
Yeah, that's 5 correct.
I know who the other person is.
Yeah.
Is it Solanke?
No, I think it's Jared Bowen.
Oh, Salah.
Over Solanke? Are you sure?
Ooh.
Do you know this?
That's a conversation to be had, fellas.
If you know this, then I'm willing to. But I could have sworn Solanke was
Rashford.
in the race. I swear Solanke's got like 19 goals this season.
I think it's 14.
I thought
No, he's got more than
Bowen. I thought Bowen was in there. Ooh, go with Slanky.
that. Are you sure?
Nah,
Yeah.
go with Bowen. Go
Are you
Solanke.
sure?
Yeah,
we'll
go
go Solanke then.
That is correct. Solanke. Right, the next one is for Tom.
Hello.
Is it pronounced David Raya?
David Raya, yeah.
David
Yeah.
Raya. David Raya recently won the Golden Glove Award, but at which EFL club did he begin his career?
Oh, I do know this. I do know this. I'm sure I know it.
No. God. Do you know it?
I don't think so. No.
I think I know it. I really hope I know it.
I'm going to have to. I'll just say Mansfield because that's what
I've got no
popped
idea,
in my
Tom.
head. So
He's gone Mansfield, yeah?
We'll go Mansfield.
Mansfield is incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's either Southend or Stockport. It's either Southend or Stockport. And I'm going to go Southend because they're London. Is it Southend?
It is Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, he knows it though. He was
Did
so
he play?
sure.
Did he play for Southend or Stockport?
I wouldn't have thought.
Well, I haven't got that information.
Do
I've
you know
just
what?
got the
Do you know what? I
answer.
said Blackburn. I thought I think I knew that as well.
They had
It's somewhere
blue
I'm
else.
going to have to Google it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google it. Not now. I'll Google it after.
Right, next question, Ash.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, it is for Ash. Which team have won the most tackles this season?
In the Premier League?
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal. Just for
That is incorrect. Over to you guys.
Tackle. Maybe United.
No. I think more like a Luton.
Ooh, I do like that. It could be.
Should we go with that?
Yeah.
Luton Town.
Ready? It is Crystal Palace. We are now on to Bill's second question. James Milner is currently second behind Gareth Barry in the all-time Premier League appearance list, but only 2 other players still playing in the Premier League make up part of the top 50. Who are they?
Oh. Have that.
I've got one.
Have you?
I've got one.
You can say one.
Yes.
Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Oh,
will
that's a
be in
great
there,
shout.
I think. And there's another player playing that is in the top 50.
Yeah. Make up part of the top 50. Who are they?
I'm gonna go with Raheem Sterling.
That's a good shout.
You've got Ashley Young correct, but Raheem Sterling is incorrect.
Yeah,
So it
I
goes
don't
to
mind
you
Raheem
guys.
Sterling as a shout by. It's a great effort, that.
Craig Dawson.
Craig Dawson is who I thought of.
He's played for West Ham, West Brom,
Wolves.
Wolves. Every time he's played. Yeah, has he dropped
Yeah, I
down the
don't mind
divisions?
that shout.
And he always...
Again, I don't have
He was at
anything,
West Ham as
so
well.
I don't think Craig Dawson.
If Craig
terrible
Dawson is the
shout.
right answer, that is an absolutely outrageous shout. I don't think it is. But
I think go Craig Dawson. Yeah, go Craig Dawson.
Ready? It's not. It's Kyle Walker.
Kyle
Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
I could see you reading my face then. Jack thought he had it.
Well, he
I was just
He was
smirking.
smiling the whole time, wasn't he? Brilliant.
That's not fair.
good
Thanks,
question.
Jade.
Good question, sir. Good question, sir.
Yeah, they are good questions. Question 2 for Jack.
Come on, then.
Mo Salah currently sits 10th on the all-time Premier League goal scorers list, but only 2 players currently still playing in the Premier League make up part of the top 40.
It's a very
What's the
mean
score,
question.
I think it's still
7-5. 7-5.
Oh, is it
Because you got 1 from the last one, didn't you?
7-5.
Yeah, I'm not going to cheat. Sorry, Ash. I think Son again. Son was probably in there.
I think I do as well.
I'm not going to say Son. I'm just talking out loud here, Caden, because it's a podcast, so you know. Yeah.
Your hand is still on the chest piece.
Son. Who else has scored? Sterling as well. Sterling scored a lot of goals.
I'd be really annoyed if it was Sterling after I'd
I know.
Well, they're both
you
good
put it in
shouts,
my
then.
head there because I wouldn't have gone for him. Yeah, I'm gonna go with them two. Son and Sterling.
Son and Sterling.
Right.
That is correct.
Yeah, get it, Jackie D.
Sterling's off. Back in it.
Bang. Thanks for coming.
I'll set that one up.
7-all. 7-all. Yeah.
And we're moving on to question 2 for Tom now. This is where it's starting to even out because this is an 8-pointer.
Yeah.
8-pointer.
Yeah.
Hell.
Can you count to 8?
It's a head. Brilliant. It's a fair quiz, this, isn't it?
Right. Here it is. Newcastle beat Sheffield United 8-0 earlier in the season with
scorers.
8 different goal scorers. Name them all.
He doesn't.
Oh, it's a good question.
Do you want a pen?
No.
Isak, Wilson, and Almiron. Joe Linton. We'll go Anthony Gordon. Fabian Schär. Kieran Trippier. And we'll go Bruno G.
I think you've listed some great names there. Tom,
I think you've
to be
done
fair.
really,
I
really
think you've
well
done really
there.
well.
You have
got one
got 5.
Oh, really?
I think.
Wilson.
Whoa.
Say
We
again.
get to
say
steal.
No, they get still.
I was going to say the
You
ones
can
you
say-
got right.
No.
No,
Don't
say
they-
that.
they say the ones that are correct.
They have to
I've
work.
done that every
He's done
time.
that everyone.
What difference do they make?
Say your 3
I'm
players.
going to guess the same
Look
players
at these
again.
people.
We've
You
been
said-
harshly treated.
He's allowed to say
Yeah.
the people. You said it on the earlier
No,
one.
I don't think he did.
When
I did.
I had the top 6 teams who've been top at any point.
Yeah,
He
no.
said all
You-
five.
No, he
you guys
didn't.
You guys didn't.
When
know
it
who
was
the
when
player
it was the Ashley Young and Kyle Walker question, I told them that I told you guys that Ashley
Yeah, but
Young was correct.
not on the 8.
Yeah, on the 6th question, you said the
Fine.
teams
No,
were
you
correct.
didn't.
We need
No,
some
you didn't.
consistency.
Difference
I
doesn't
was
make.
consulting
Don't make a
my
difference
notes,
if he tells us or not.
All right,
Literally
well,
makes
let's-
no difference.
okay.
We won't guess any of those players.
Just name 3 players.
Miguel Almiron.
I said him.
He said him. He said him.
Did he say?
Oh, sorry, Bill.
Yeah.
So Willock, Longstaff, Anderson.
Okay, so the
do
5
put
that they
that
got
in
were Wilson, Gordon, Almiron, Guimaraes, and Isak. The 3 remaining ones were Longstaff, Byrne, and Botman.
Oh, wow.
Did we get Botman? Did I say
No, you said.
Nah, you did say Longstaff.
Said
12 8.
Damn.
So that's
Oh well, that's
Yeah,
good.
but
We
we've
got an 8-pointer.
Yeah.
that's 5 for Tom, 1 for
Good question.
Jack.
Botman
It is a
as
good
well.
question.
Sorry, Jay.
No, sir.
My apologies.
Second question for Ash. Chelsea signed 8 players in the summer for more than 25 million euros.
Come on, Ash.
Name them.
You can get these, Ash.
Going.
Buzz Lightyear.
And Kunku. Oh my goodness. Right. Dizazi. Gusto.
Come on.
Caicedo. Enzo wasn't this year, was he? He's been there.
You sure?
Chukwuemeka, was he this summer? We'll go Chukwuemeka. Cole Palmer. 6. Jackson. 7. I'll have to go Sanchez then, because I can't think of anyone else.
Okay, there's 2 remaining.
You got 6.
Bad that. Not bad, Ash. Like it.
Well, I think I've got the other 2.
Did they get Petrovic?
No, I don't think he was over 12, 20 million. I think I've got the other 2, I think.
Go on.
Who we got?
I've got Sterling and Lavia.
Lavia, yes.
Lavia, you've got.
In it, look at this man.
Sterling. I don't think Sterling was last summer.
Badiashile and Lavia.
No, it is.
Is Madueke?
It's Ugo Chukwu. Ugo Chukwu.
Oh, we said him.
I said
You said
Chukwuemeka.
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 Full 8.
Hold on, there might
read
be
out
2
the
Chukwuemekas here.
Yeah,
No,
there is.
no, it's not. It's Ugo Chukwu. Ugo Chukwu.
Hugo Chukwu.
Ugo. UGO. This is one word.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, I know who it
This
is.
is yeah. That's the guy's
yeah,
name. I'm not
yeah,
saying it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Right,
Who is
read
this guy who's
unlucky
cost
guy.
20
Read
million?
them all out, Caden.
Yeah, right. So you've got Caicedo, Lavia,
Yeah.
Nkunku, Palmer, Dizazi, Jackson, Sanchez, and Ugo Chukwu.
Sanchez. Good shout.
Ugo Chukwu.
Ugo Chukwu.
That's the 8.
That's the 8.
So they said,
Wow.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sanchez was a great shout. I didn't think that was right. So what's the scores now?
No, we got 1 for Lavia.
Oh, so we're 1 ahead.
So it's 14-13.
Oh, still ahead.
How many questions left, Caden?
It's now on to fastest finger. Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Here we go.
Can we do if you buzz and you get it wrong, you lose a point and it can still get passed over?
And you've
that's gonna make
and
you
you've
not
only got
buzz.
so
You
long
don't
to say
buzz.
it as well.
Buzz, if you buzz, you get it wrong, you lose a point and it gets passed over to discussion for the
I like the fact that we're making the.
I don't know about losing.
Really well planned.
Lose a point. Are you sure?
I think so, because otherwise people.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
People are gonna
I like
buzz and
that.
say an answer.
Yeah,
You
I
can't,
like
All right.
you
Yeah,
can't have
no,
thinking
fair
time once you've buzzed.
Yeah.
You have to buzz and say your answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 5 seconds. Tom.
Yeah, but
2 seconds.
Yeah, you're going to lose the
but
point.
That's the whole point of losing the points. If you press it and you don't know it, you lose the point. So
And then the other team can discuss the
Yeah.
steal.
Yeah.
Be really
Okay.
harsh,
Yeah.
Caden. If Bill's overthinking, just knock him a point off.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Can I wait a second?
What the hell is this?
How can you have
What's in-
discussions here?
I'm not saying this to do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I like that. Okay, no, I like that. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Wait, you're not saying what we said, mate.
This is going to have to be hard.
Right, let's go.
Right. Which 2 players are top of the Premier League Fantasy League points chart?
Which 3?
2. Go on then.
Oh, it's Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins.
What happens if you got 1 correct?
If he gets one correct, he gets 1 point, but then he loses a point because he got 1 wrong. So he's effectively got 0.
back to
Yeah.
zero.
So then
we
we
get
get
to
to we get to steal. We get to
I
steal.
liked it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Must be right.
Yeah.
Top assist, top.
Is it Haaland?
Top assist, top goals.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it was a podcast. Is it Haaland? Maybe he's just always.
He has scored
Salah
a ridiculous
again.
amount of goals.
Or there's a defender called Sensei.
It's
from
quick
Bournemouth.
fire, this
Yes,
guy.
quick
There's a
fire.
defender.
Come on. Come
Do
on.
what you want.
I'm going to that Sensei guy from Bournemouth.
Not a chance.
Nope, it was Saka and Palmer. Right, question 2 is what record did Sheffield United break last weekend?
First team to concede 100 goals in the Premier League season.
Yeah.
Yes! Love it, you! Honest to God, I thought he took a chance at him. Please get it right. No. Yes, Ashley.
52.
2 ahead. Come on.
Only 3 questions left. You need them all right to win.
No, 'cause you could get one wrong.
Oh, yeah, but we'll get them right.
Yeah.
We could just sit back
I
and
know,
watch
I was
this.
going to say, yeah. Caden, you all right, mate? Can you
Yeah,
read?
I'm ready. Yeah, well, it's time for you guys to stop. This
Let's
could
go.
be gold, you never know. I'm
That's
going to
very
wait.
true.
Right.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Which club is top of Premier League 2?
Is it Man United?
It's not Man United.
Come on.
If we get this, then we draw level.
I think it is. I think it's Spurs. And I think it's Tottenham Hotspur, top of Premier League 2.
I ain't got a clue. So
Tottenham
let's go.
Hotspur.
That is great.
God, this is great. It's all just turned on his head.
I read an article literally yesterday before saying they've changed the rules this season. They've changed the rules this season in Premier League 2 for the first season ever, where if you finish top of the league, you've still got to go in a playoff, and then that decides the winner. And
Really?
Spurs fans are going, it sums up Spurs. It's so Spursy that we actually win the league.
And also Seb's a Spurs fan.
Seb's a Spurs fan. We should have just guessed it. He was going to sneak it in.
Go on,
somewhere, wasn't
Caden.
Right, so
Come on.
that means
14
we're now
all.
we're now 14, 13.
No, because we were 2 ahead.
Oh, sorry.
We
you
lost
were,
one,
sorry.
you
he? Easy now.
So what's the scores over on
14 all, I believe.
What do you
Oh,
want?
yeah, right.
Oh, fantastic. Right.
What a
Question
shout.
4. Which former Premier League club is currently the lowest in the football pyramid?
Oldham.
That's what I was going to go for.
They're not in the.
It is Oldham.
I was going to say
football.
Ball knowledge, mate.
I wouldn't have gone Oldham, so that's fair enough.
I thought Oldham. And then I thought,
Yeah.
I thought it was just Football League.
I was going to go swing.
Lowest in the pyramid.
Yeah, fair enough. Good answer.
How many questions are left?
That's,
1, 2.
1. And there's a tiebreak if needed.
Get this
Oh
right.
my god.
Oh, I really want to win this
As
first
if
one.
he got Oldham.
15, 14.
Yeah.
It's a who am I?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm good at these.
One guess only. If you guess wrong, you are out. So I'm going to read out these clues now, and they're worth different amount of points. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
Could take it.
clue
So
1
it's
for
not-
5
Take
points.
this.
5 points.
Clue 1 for 5 points. My middle name is Jordan.
Who's Jordan again?
Press it, Tom. Press it.
I'd love for his finger to slip.
Oh yeah, this one worth 4 points. I was fit to lace Patrice Evra's boots.
I don't know what that means. Let me play it
I
against
so nearly
Denver.
pressed it then. No, it means he's coming to replace Evra. So he's going to replace him, whoever that is. Right, okay, next one.
I don't think that's it. That's what it means. I thought he was like a youth player whenever was
Yeah.
there.
Patrice Evra, sorry.
Yeah.
He was a
I thought you
youth
said
player.
Patrick Vieira.
No.
Thank God I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
Patrick
I would have buzzed it
Vieira.
and go Steve Sidwell.
Okay, for 3 points. I played for Lyon and Monaco before moving to England.
I think.
Your name is Jordan.
Can we convert?
No. Keep those points down.
Next one.
Next one. Everyone happy to
Yeah,
move on?
yeah.
Okay, for 2 points. I've represented France at all age groups and have 30 full caps.
I have a name in my head, but I don't want to jump the gun.
I've got a name in my head as well.
Left back.
Right, the final clue, only worth 1 point.
You can't buzz.
I scored on my Man United debut in a 3-1 win over Liverpool.
I haven't got a Scooby. I haven't got a clue.
We're just
Yeah, I don't
sit
blame
back,
you. Well,
we
we're
sit
going to
back.
have to
Oh
answer
my
it.
God.
We're going to have to answer it. Do it, Tom.
No, I know it.
Go on then, press it.
Look,
Press it. Press it. You know it, press it. Press it.
It's not worth the risk.
Who is it?
It's not worth the
Who
risk.
is it?
Just don't do
Tell
Even
me and
if
I'll
you've
do
got
it.
Even if you've got it, it's
No,
not worth the risk.
Tell
but-
me and
no,
I'll
but
know
they
it.
can draw level.
Tell me and
Yeah, I
I'll know
know, but
it.
they're not going to get it. So
We are
don't
gonna
do
get it.
Don't do
Are you
it.
thinking
Tom,
it's a player who plays now?
Don't do it. No,
Phil. Wait, no. Did he say Patrice Evra's boots?
Yes.
I see. So that then wouldn't make
yeah, so
sense.
just don't do it.
We need a minute. Yeah.
Right, who's French? Man United. Played for Lyon.
I think it's so obvious.
Played for Lyon. Played for the national team.
That left back.
These boys think they know it.
It would fit.
It would fit. So
Fit,
come on,
but
come on.
it's
We
not
need to.
worth
We
it.
need
I can't
to
think.
know.
I can't think of any.
But that
French
first
left
one
back.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but is he gone to a different position? Has he gone to a
Yeah,
different
that's
position?
why.
I think they've got it.
That's why
I can't think of a left back. Who's a full back who's played for Man United?
Yeah, but he might not have been a fullback or a right back.
He has
Who's
to have been a
played
full-back.
right.
How
Yeah,
could
he
you say
could have
the
come
left
in, but then he went somewhere else. Played like on the left mid, left wing, right wing. Who's a French? I don't know any French.
I can't think of anyone
I
else.
think you're right. I think you're right.
I think we're
Go on.
Anthony Martial.
That is correct.
Yes! Come on. Wow. That first one didn't make any sense though.
I'd have never got that.
That was
Ever.
a really, really good win, that, Tom.
Tough
Yeah.
quiz that, by the way.
I feel like we've really got the upper hand now in the office. For
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was just thinking the next week is not going to be fun.
Yeah, the next week can't come quick enough. But listen, I enjoyed that. Really
Yeah,
enjoyed
thank you everyone. I think that was really, really good. I'm glad
Yeah, well done.
Hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
I hope you guys had fun watching it as well. We're going to be back next week for more on the Football Prizes YouTube channel as well, where we're going to be discussing kind of the end of the season coming up, really. isn't
Probably,
it?
yeah.
We
Definitely.
may know more about the title race by then as well, and who's in the Champions League final.
We
of
should.
course.
Could be over.
Could be.
Title
It
race
could be over. Title race could be over. Anyone else want to finish on anything? Everyone happy?
Just other than like, subscribe, make sure you follow us on all the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, everything like that.
You've
Facebook.
got to come back next week.
Yeah,
haven't
you've
you?
got to come back. See,
I've got to come back this week.
even if it's just for the quiz. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that.
Do you want
Really
a
enjoyed
wave?
it. Yeah. See you later, guys. Take it easy. Have a lovely week. Bye.